Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Maybe if I turn down the echo a bit. Yeah, okay, here we go. Hi, my name's Lo. You haven't seen me in a while. Quick update on what's been happening in my life. I cut all my hair off. There's construction outside of my house. There's been construction outside of my house on and off for like months now. I am not dealing with it well. I finished a sketchbook and I became an orphan at 24. Both my parents are dead. Thank you. Cool. This is sketchbook number 8. It's the same as last time. We'll run through it quickly. Leuchtturm, 1975 sketchbook, 150 GSM paper, white paper, my preferable color of paper. Once again, paper. I like white paper. I'm not getting dragged into this. It is not a sketchbook that's made for mixed media, so the moment you introduce water or anything that's not pencil, the paper starts having kind of a breakdown, a mental one at that. If you remember my last sketchbook tour, I said that my goal was to finish this in 4 months. I didn't do it in 4 months, I did it in 5 months and 3 days, which isn't the worst. Could have been better, could have been so much worse as well. Thank you to everyone who's been sitting here with me for this moment, and I guess you and I will be joining the people who skipped this talking part just to go straight to the sketchbook tour. Goodbye.
Hello and welcome, dear skippers, intro skippers as I like to call you, the people who can't bear to watch me for a minute and just skip straight to the sketchbook tour. Here are some basic information about the sketchbook, because I don't want to pop a blood vessel having to answer the same questions twice. Going into the cover, we have stickers from flesh.png, which is a hilarious username. I wish I could have had something as cool as that. A self-made stamp, some other random stickers, and a like knockoff Got7 Eyes on You photo card sticker. When I am recording this, the Agabong has just been announced. Like, I did not know that part, like the Agase in me was like lurking under the surface to such an extent. She woke up. She is alive. The first page is a self-portrait I did of myself in ballpoint pen. I made an entire YouTube video about it. That flunked. Nobody wanted to watch me draw myself, which is fair. I get it. This is colored pencils. When you're a kid, all you have to work with are colored pencils, and then you get older and you start accumulating in an insane amount of, tools, art mediums. At least I did. And at some point you just stop using colored pencils because it feels too basic. Once again, might just be me. This is a bedroom, drawn in ballpoint pen. I think the perspective might be a little wonky. So if you could be so kind as to not, try to line anything up with a ruler, that would be great. Thank you. I was on a roll with my fucking ballpoint pen, Jesus. It's the same lady in the same outfit 4 times. For Christmas, my best friend got me metallic Posca markers that I am really bad at using. If you guys have any idea how to utilize them to the best of their abilities, let me know. Here we have me getting too confident and the world promptly knocking me back on my ass. On the left there, I tried to it's so fucking ugly. There's not a single thing in that painting that I'm like, yeah, that looks good. That looks like what I wanted it to look like. So to try to build up my confidence, I had to get some colored pencils on the right and try to rectify myself because my confidence legitimately took a solid hit. The great invention that I found out fucking last sketchbook, it's taken me years to actually just glue pages together. Because when you work with alcohol markers, it bleeds through, you don't want to deal with the bleed through, yada yada yada. And I just finally said, Annette, just glue the pages together. And I did, and my life has been so much better for it. This is another spread that I have a video on that also tanked. Nobody wants to watch me draw myself, nor do they want to watch me draw Hoshi from 17, apparently. I have a lot of Tombow markers because back in the day, I used to be fucking insane in my bullet journal. Tombow markers are water-based, so if you add water to them, you can kind of move them around and splotch them around. I follow an artist on Instagram and TikTok who uses Crayola and water to do these like fucking insanely beautiful portraits, and I wanted to try it for myself, and it is so fun. Legitimately, if you have markers that are water-based, try it. Then I did some little outfit studies. TikTok is a great place to get people who like move around as well. Here we have 2 more portraits done, once again with water and Tombow markers, and then I went in with my black Posca to just add something in the background to fill up the rest of the page. This is a spread that I either love or hate depending on the day and the mood that I'm in and whatever way the sun is facing, to be quite honest. I don't know. I feel like today might be a day where the sun is facing the wrong way, because when I'm looking at it now, I don't like it. I don't like it. Do you want to take a wild stab in the dark and guess what I used to create these? These are definitely attempts at shoes. I don't hate the shoes, except this one. This one can go burn for all I care. I don't hate the shoes. I think I really, really hate the skin. It throws me off. It's too grey. It's too grey and too green. I don't like the colours. I have forever and will forever be a Triplus fine liner connoisseur. I got a huge pack of them once, and they are living still, a decade later. Here's a side note. I have one grey Triplus fine liner that I honestly want to get rid of. I want to use it up so bad. I don't know what they put in those things. It refuses to dry up. I'm starting to believe there's some black magic involved, and I want to get rid of it because I have like other grey fine liners that I also I want to get through them. I want to get through them and be able to get rid of them. The fucking bitch won't dry up. Okay, so here we once again have a sketchbook spread with just a singular K-pop idol. This is Felix from Stray Kids. Does it look like Felix from Stray Kids? I mean, this one kind of does. The rest of them, maybe like distant cousins of Felix. This is... God, I hate looking at this. Okay, first of all, the sad poetry on the right, that's me. I was probably in a mood, just wanting to fill up the page. Acrylic paint and I... we have a tumultuous relationship, and I think we always will be. It's a anxious and avoidant attachment style kind of relationship where one of us is loving the other and then the other one is pushing each other away, and it kind of changes based on the day. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's just move on. So to cheer myself up, apparently I got out my Tombow markers and water. I really enjoy the green. I don't know why. I was like, you know what this lady needs? Mint green. But it was a good choice. It looks cool. It looks good. Not my favorite at all. It's very simple, kind of boring. I do kind of like the color combination though. It's a sick color combination. Now, this is a spread for a video that I was planning on doing, and then I had to scrap it because certain things happened in my life and suddenly a YouTube video was no longer a priority. This is cheap wax crayons from the dollar store. The ghost on the left is so cute. I love him. The shitty A24 horror movie still on the right there. Not as huge of a fan. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I hate this. I keep blocking out this spread, like in my head. I keep forgetting that I've done something like this, and then I look at it and I'm like, look, it's ugly. It's ugly. The color combination is ugly. The composition is ugly. None of the drawings look good. It's a disaster from beginning to end. This looks good. Are we sensing a theme of me pulling out my Tombow markers whenever I'm like really hating what I'm doing? I had this idea that I wrote down that just said, woman head flower round. A lot of ideas that I write them down in the sentence structure that a toddler would do when they are learning to put sentences together. Okay, so here we go. I did a video, my last video, where I switched out my screen time for drawing time in my sketchbook. And 3 hours of those total, I think 9 hours it was this. you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stipple. It is tiring. It is tedious. It is time consuming. The little lad on the left there. Do we remember him? It's the little lad from earlier that I painted and that I hated so much that I had to move on before I could even finish talking about it. I rectified it, okay? He looks good here. However, the little lad on the right doesn't look as good, so yeah. I don't know why I drew this, like, shitty tribal wannabe tattoo thing, and then did that once and I was like, yeah, that's enough. It's also kind of funny to see the green alcohol marker just like so obviously losing it and me being like, I'm not going over this again. I'm not doing like several layers. You know, you take what you can get, and this is what you get. This is the last spread I did during my 9 hours of torture that I like to call the screen time video. The blue is jelly gouache that I basically use as watercolor because I have never and probably will never master jelly gouache. This is a little game that I call Pinterest roulette that another YouTuber called Megan does, where she takes photographs. I do it with drawings. Every single artist I know has a fucking Pinterest board with at least like 1,000 different inspirational photos. Close my eyes and I scroll and then I just stop, and whatever I land on, I have to draw. This is jelly gouache, what I've talked about earlier. Honestly, I might just be stupid, but I've never quite gotten the hang of it. I love graphite pencils, all right? I love graphite pencils with every fiber of my being. I love drawing portraits. I love drawing portraits with graphite pencils. Once again, taking a toll on my fucking wrist here with more stippling. This is a portrait of the 8. Do we call him the 8? Because I feel like everyone refuses. I feel like he refuses to call himself the 8. It is so frustrating when you have like an idea in your head and you're like, this is going to be great. And then you execute it and you're like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. In my head, I was like, this is going to be great. And then it just wasn't. I don't even know if we should talk about the state of my mental health during these drawings. But I tried oil paints and it did not work. Tiny bit of the drawing on the left is done with like shitty, cheap oil paints that I got gifted from some people at my job. They used them for like a project, and they were like, we don't need these anymore, you take them. I didn't even know it was oil until I tried painting with them. I'm like, this texture is weird. This is when we are getting to the end of the sketchbook where all you want is to finish the sketchbook. So you're like kind of loosey-goosey with it, trying to just fill shit up. I'm also a huge fan of black backgrounds, if you couldn't tell by the insane amount of black backgrounds. Oh my god, it looks so bad. It was supposed to be passion fruit, alright? Random people. I think I purely did this, and I'm going to expose myself. I did this because I was like, okay, if I use alcohol markers here on both pages, I get to glue the pages together and I get to finish this book quicker. I was so over this book. And then we have more graphite pencil portraits. On the left is Hyunjin from Stray Kids. The one on the top left kind of looks like Joshua from 17. The bottom left, I mean, he's there. And then on the right is Lino from Stray Kids, which is definitely the best out of the 3. And finally, the last spread, I once again used alcohol markers to just get it over with. Top left looks like Wonu from 17. It's not. Do you want to guess? I'll give you a second to guess. Wrong. It's Doyoung from NCT. I don't even want to talk about the bottom left one. I think it might be like the teenager in me, or like the child that is a petulant fangirl. Genuinely, I don't know what it is, but I will never stop drawing celebrities. And that brings us to the end of this sketchbook tour. Thank you for joining me for sketchbook number 8. I have already started sketchbook number 9, and hopefully it will not take me 5 months, but you know, I don't have a lot of faith in myself, so thank you and goodbye.